Have you ever thought to yourself, I really wish I could just shut my thoughts off or shut my brain off? Or have you ever had one of those nights where you can't sleep and the thoughts are just like racing in and you're having trouble either falling asleep or you wake up in the middle of the night and then you can't get back to sleep? Or you end up thinking about things and ruminating and looping over and over and over again, maybe maybe you were looping over a conversation, or maybe you looped over something from the past, or maybe when you're talking to somebody, you can't shut your mind off and you start thinking about other things. Or maybe you've tried to meditate and you're like, this is ridiculous. I can't, my mind is too active. I can't shut it off. Or maybe you're one of those people that's had all those experiences and you overanalyze things to the point where you go into inaction, like because you don't want to make a mistake, or you need to think about all these different things before you make a decision, which sometimes that's not really a bad thing. But if it creates inaction, or you know that it's creating anxiety, then that's something to look at, right? That's something to feel into. And another question is, have you ever had those thoughts, so many racing thoughts or so many overthinking, that it does create anxiety in you, and you know that your thoughts are creating anxiety in your body and in your spirit and your soul? And another thing, one more thing. Have you ever had talked to yourself in a way that you know is not kind, or demeaned yourself? And you've had thoughts that you probably wouldn't even say something like that to someone that you didn't even like, because you know that they're not kind. I've experienced all of those things too, 100%. And I know a lot of people who do. And if we're not careful, what ends up happening with that overthinking, often we become paralysis. It's like we don't do anything, because the more relaxed we are, the more productive we are. It's not that we don't do anything. It just slows down production. It slows down action. And of course, at the end of the day, what it really robs is the overthinking, the overanalyzing, the ruminating, the worrying. It keeps you from being in complete relaxation and peace. And that's the goal, right? We all want to reach that place of human nirvana, that place, like that in-between place, like when you first wake up and your ego hasn't fully waken up, the judgments, the perceptions, the this and the that, they haven't woken up yet. And you're in that like, oh, that's that amazing spot. That's where we want to be all of the time if we can, or at least when we on demand throughout the day, be in that place of pure relaxation, because right there is true rest. It's true rest of the self. It's true rest of the self. And in that place, those like nagging thoughts, whether they're kind or they're nagging, they don't exist in that place. It's human nirvana. It's the theta state. That's what that is. It is the theta state. And here's the thing, people, and maybe you've done this, maybe you've like, I can't sleep at night, so I'm going to take valerian root, I'm going to take melatonin, I'm going to take chamomile tea, I'm going to do gummies or CBD or meditation. And I still can't shut my brain off with the meditation. Some people also do, that's why people love wine and alcohol so much, because they're trying to get into that state so they can feel that relaxation, hot baths, massages, a good orgasm, all of those places, like they help and they bring us to that state. But what if you could learn how to get to that state on your own, whenever you feel like it, and when you know that maybe you're amped up or more anxious? So I'm so excited to tell you this. I'm telling you about this. Okay, so I've been a hypnotherapist for 20 years. So as my job, that was my job, right? Bringing people, and is my job, bringing people into that theta state, because in the theta state, you become your own psychic. In the theta state, you're able to connect with the guides. In the theta state, you're able to access deeper parts of yourself, because your mind isn't overthinking and saying, don't believe that, you're making that up, blah, blah, blah. Like you're in that. So I have a workshop coming up on Saturday, December 9th. Hold on. Before you're like, oh, hold on, hold right here. Listen, it's $47. and it's on a workshop. It's on a Saturday in December, on December 9th. If you can't make it live, I will send you the recording. Even if you do make it live, you'll get the recording, because you'll want to take these practices that I'm going to teach you and do them again and again so that you can continue to reach that state. But what I'm going to teach you is the secret that I have done, that I have figured out after taking thousands of people into the theta state, and how I do it for myself constantly throughout the day. When I feel amped up, I know how to bring myself down so I can get into that state. I know how to click in to the self so that this is quiet. And when this is quiet and you feel more at peace, so at peace and so connected, it's amazing. And then you can turn on your mind when you need to do a math problem, or go drive, or help your children with your homework, or figure out a recipe. Our mind has a very specific thing that it needs to do, but it doesn't need to be obsessing. It doesn't need to be worrying all the time. It doesn't need to be keeping you up at night. So come to my workshop, and if you can't make it live, like I said, I will send you the recording. It's $47, and it's $47 that could literally change your life. 2.5 hours. And I know you hear that from other people. Well, we're gonna change your life. I gotta tell you a lot. I'm telling you, it will bring you so much peace. And if you're thinking, I don't know how to meditate, I can't meditate, I can't shut my mind off, that's exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do. It doesn't matter if you can meditate. I have taught people who work as a CEO I used to live in San Francisco, the programming, Silicon Valley, and like I've taught like major brainy people, major brainy, like CEOs, CMOs, CFOs, programmers, how to get into that beta state. And if because they are losing their mind all the time, if they can do it, you can do it. So that's a story that you're going to not let get in the way of you signing up for this workshop. And if you know someone who would benefit, that could use support in relaxing and quieting the mind, please pass them a link, or maybe get them this gift as a holiday gift, right? I mean, would be a great holiday gift. And most likely, just to give you a little side thing, actually, I'm not going to share that. I was going to say how the class was going to be structured, but it's going to be very comfortable for participants is my point. I'm going to make it very, very comfortable, because you're going to need to be comfortable, because we're going to go in. We're going to go in. So my point is, we probably won't be, as a participant, you probably won't be on camera. So if you want to share with someone, and then we'll have Q&A if you want to come on camera and that type of thing. But it's going to be a really, it's going to be like a spa day for yourself, but I'm going to teach you how to create it. So the link every day, and in any way, I'm going to show you the secret. I'm so lit up about it. Like, I'm really, really excited. So, definitely click on the link below and register, and then you'll get the information, and once you've registered, we'll be in touch, and you'll get all the links. Will over communicate with you so that you know that you have it. And if you have any thoughts like, I can't do this, I can't quiet this won't work, let that go. That's just your thinking mind trying to stop you, right? That's what they're thinking mind. They're like trying to protect us from failing, right? Usually that's what's going on. Protect you from being hurt or failing. You don't need that. Like, that's just your thinking mind. And take a chance and join me. I promise you, it'll be worth your while. All right. My name is Beth Osmer, and I hope to see you at the workshop. The end. She's she can use this workshop.